right, take two. All right, let's try that again. Okay, so welcome to day 2, friends. I hope that you're enjoying some of the videos and that if you have any questions, you're feeling bold and willing to share them, because if you're feeling it, I'm sure other people are as well. So I kind of shared about my story yesterday. I shared a lot about my story actually, but I don't feel like I told you what coaching is. So some of you are like, what is this? So that's how I'm going to begin today, is kind of explaining what it is we do as coaches and the different kinds of coaches, because your journey is going to look just like your fitness journey. Like, they're very similar. Hey, Brenda. So first and foremost, as Beachbody coaches, it doesn't mean that you are a professional at anything. It means that you are a real human. Congratulations. And that you're committed to working on your own journey. So there's 2 different kinds of coaches. There's like, well, I guess there's really technically 3 kinds of coaches. So the first kind of coach is a discount coach. And so if you're still unsure about this, at the end of our sneak peek, I would encourage you to at least become a discount coach, because as a discount coach doesn't mean you have to share it with anyone. You can totally be secret squirrel, but you're going to get more accountability. You're going to be part of our coaching tribe as well as our regular fitness tribe, and you're going to get a 25% discount. So if you fall in love with our programs and you love Shakeology and our performance line and stuff like that, well, then it just makes sense to get 25% off. Like, you don't ever have to do anything you don't want to. That's not what this is about at all. The beauty of coaching is it's completely your journey, and it's self-led, and it's one of those things that it's up to you to drive your bus, really. So that's the first kind of coaching, is a discount coach. Like, you're just here for the discount. You're not interested in any of our training or our get-togethers or anything like that. You just want to rock out with your discount. We totally respect that, and that's cool. The second kind is a hobby coach. It's kind of a natural progression. People come in just for their discount and they're like, this is cool, I really like it. And people in your life start to see, your coworkers or your family or your friends. You're like, wow, your arms look really good. Or look, you got a penicillin shot in your butt, and all your people in the room are like, hey, your butt looks great. And so you're like, well, I have a solution for you. And so you become a hobby coach, right? Which just means that you're rocking out with your discount, and maybe you're helping like a couple people a month. Maybe you're getting like 3 people a month started, which is going to pay for your Shakeology, which is always the goal, right? Because you just want to like pay it forward. I think so. It's kind of like finding a really great babysitter or a super good restaurant or seeing a great movie. Like, this is something you naturally share about. And so if you've been doing our programs for a while, well, you're probably, people in your life are noticing, and so it kind of makes sense to be able to share it with them. And then the final final type of coach is like me. It's an all-in coach, where you have a vision for your life and where you want this to go, and it doesn't have to be cookie cutter. Again, it's just like your fitness journey. It's going to be super personal, and it's going to be led by you and your goals and whatever is put in your heart. So we're not here to convince you to become anything that you don't feel prepared to. It's never one of those things where there's pressure to perform. That's not what this is at all. It's truly your journey, and that's one of the things I love about it, because we're all different, and we all have different goals, and we're all in different seasons, and so you do you, my friend. You do you. So that's kind of the difference in different kinds of coaches, from discount to hobby to all in. We have tons of training, so it's never like you have to figure this out, like, well, what do I do now? Well, we're going to like share with you. There's all like success leaves clues, right? And so we have new coach training programs, and there's, if anything, I feel like there's so much training, sometimes it can be kind of overwhelming. So I always tell my new coaches, like, it's okay to be overwhelmed. Like, we all feel overwhelmed, but first and foremost, it's your journey. So what the heck does a coach even do? Like, we've kind of talked about the different kinds. What does a coach even do? I know people get intimidated by that word, as Eleanor's like, it's a weird word. But so as a coach, this is what you're committing to. Are you ready? Are you taking notes? You don't have to. That's okay. But you're committed to being all in with your journey. You're working on your own journey. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't mean that every single day you're going to like knock your workout out of the park or any of that. It just means that you're committed to your journey, and it's going to unfold at your speed, and your goals are going to dictate that, right? So that's what a coach does. They work on their own journey. They're a product of the product, which means they're doing our workouts, you're drinking Shakeology, you're using the performance line if that is something that plays into whatever program you're doing, which I freaking love it. Some days I work out for my post-workout. And I was the girl that was like, protein, that stuff is for meatheads. I'm not into that. Not into that, but now I love it, and I drink energized juice. If you guys see me, or I drink unicorn juice. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm like, there's my energize. It's my unicorn juice. I love it. I don't just drink it as a pre-workout. I actually drink it just to get through my laundry pile and through life, because sometimes I need that. Oh, I need some right now, actually. And all of our products are super tested. There's nothing artificial. We don't use soy in any of our stuff as a filler. And so for me, that is really important to me. Like it's just really important to me that there's no chemicals. You can get stuff at GNC for cheaper, but what's in it? It's a bunch of artificial coloring. It's a bunch of like weird crap, and that is not in any of our products. Our performance line, which a lot of our CrossFitters really love, which Chris and Eleanor will talk about that a little bit later today, but that is actually the certified nutrition line of, what is it? Who are the triathletes? Darn it, I had a moment. I can't think of who they are, but dang it, it'll come to me. If you think of it, drop it below. But we are the certified nutrition supplement of Ironman. That's what it is, of Ironman. So that's pretty cool. All right, so where was I going with that? Okay, so what you do as a coach. So focus, Sarah, focus, need more energized. You're a product of the product, so you're drinking shakes, you're using the programs, and you're showing up to your journey every single day. You're plugged in with our community, which is not only giving you support and accountability, it helps everyone else in there as well, which I love. And some days I don't really want to work out. Kind of like when I first got started with my fitness journey, it wasn't for me, I was doing it for my family. Well, some days, this is kind of still the same thing, right? Like I'm in a different season and I really do enjoy my workouts. They totally manage my anxiety and my stress level and all that stuff. But some days I don't want to, but being a coach keeps me accountable. I don't have to be perfect. I never pretend to be perfect, but it's that accountability piece and that support piece which makes such a big difference. As coaches, we do something called personal development, which a lot of you who are in our Positive Vibe Tribe Community Book Club, you're doing it with us. Like it's a book that is going to enrich you and help you change your perspective and work on becoming the best version of you every single day. That's personal development. If you listen to a podcast that inspires you, if you read your Bible in the morning, those things are all personal development. It's developing you into a better version of yourself. And then as coaches, if you decide you want to be more than just the discount coach, then you're going to invite. And so inviting, we're going to touch on that in a little bit because that's one of those like preconceived like fears and worries. Like, do I have to sell? Is it going to be creepy? Well, no, like we don't. I see some other coaches that do it creepy, but that's not what we do here. And so you're going to be sharing it with other people in your life who are noticing your journey, or people who you know are struggling, people who you know would benefit from this. It's not about going out and putting up a billboard or hounding people, going door to door, harassing your friends and family. It's truly about just sharing your journey daily, and then the people who are interested, if we have a solution for them, if that fits their life and if that fits their goals, and it truly is a relationship building business. I don't view what we do as sales. I don't. It could be sales if you want to go about it wrong, but it really is just building relationships with your fellow coaches, building relationships with your family, building relationships with other people on social media, which is why I think as an introvert, we excel at this business because you don't have to go out into the world and do it. Some people rock at that. Some people really love that. For me, I don't like it. Like, we put in for a transfer for a bunch of different places, and like, I want to go smaller. I love all of my Yuma friends, but sometimes, I was just talking to a mom at the library about this, like sometimes it feels exhausting to kind of have to put on that mask, to have to like pretend like things are great. Not that I go around doing that, but you know, we all do. Like, does somebody really want to hear your whole life story when they're picking out library books? Probably not. So it's easier just to be like, hi, I'm great. And so being able to do this business from my phone, I get to choose when I turn it on and when I turn it off, and I can just turn it off. I can be like, I need peace, I need a break. And so I love that. For me, this has been really liberating to be able to build my brand and to share who I am in my story, but on my terms, because I'm a cat that way. Yeah, and then the other piece is recognition. Like, we recognize one another for rocking our journeys, and who doesn't want to be recognized? You recognize your spouse for whatever. Like, it's just those 4 pieces are what we do every single day as coaches. And if you do them, like, even if you weren't applying them to the business, like, it would transform your life and just make you feel more present and more joy-filled and happier. So I freaking love it. I absolutely adore coaching, but you all know that by now. Okay, so I asked in my coaching tribe, and then I asked in here if anyone had any fears or objections, because I know I had a lot of them. Like I said yesterday, it took me an entire year to say yes to this whole coaching thing because that word freaks me out. I was super like petrified. What if I have to sell things? I don't want to do that. What if people misinterpret or judge me? And so my fears, my biggest fears were failure, because I'm kind of an overachiever. And so if I go all in, I go all in. And I didn't want to fail. I had sold essential oils in the past, and I was really not very good at it. But my belief is when you find something that's totally your jam, when it's something you feel super passionate about, it changes the entire vibe of it, right? And so I'm really passionate about this. I really love my workouts. I love the fact that I can work out in my living room, that I get to surround myself on my terms with really inspiring, awesome women that are working on getting better. And I feel like our culture is so set up to complain and to focus on all the things that are bad. And the Beachbody community as a whole and our tribe, our positive vibe tribe, like we choose to be intentional on where our focus goes. We choose to focus on the good things, not necessarily highlight all the bad. And that's our personal philosophy in the tribe, is that some is better than none, done is better than perfect. Like, let's celebrate the 10% you did versus focusing on the 90% you didn't. And when you start to flip that, when you stop beating yourself up and bullying yourself because it's not good enough or you're not getting enough results or whatever, it just automatically shifts. Your exterior life, your exterior body is a direct reflection of what's happening in here and in here. And so it's so important to just be surrounding yourself with other people who are positive and working on becoming better, and not like Shirley Temples, like not unrealistic, because life still happens, but we all have a choice. Like, we all choose where our focus goes, what our energy is being channeled into. And so that was my big fear, was the fear of failure. And so my point is that I really love this. Like, I did workouts for a while. So maybe you've never tried a Beachbody workout, or you've never tried our shakes. Well, I would encourage you to try them. Try them. You don't have to sign up to become a coach. Like, just order through whoever invited you here. Give it a whirl. Our Shakeology comes with a 30-day bottom of the bag guarantee. We want you to drink it every single day to actually see if it does work for you, because maybe it won't, but maybe it'll completely transform your life. Maybe it will be exactly what you need to kind of rocket you to that next level and to give you some quick wins, which is what this is all about, right? So we want you to be passionate about what it is you're doing, and then it's easier to share with others. So it doesn't feel like selling. Ugh, because that's gross, right? So that was my other piece. I didn't want to sell. In the beginning, I didn't quite know what I was doing. I came into this business without a real coach. Like, the person that invited me over to her house at one time, like, she wasn't a coach like I'm a coach. And so I kind of came in, I was a little bit of an orphan, and because I didn't have that guidance, I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm going to do everything. And I did a lot of the wrong things. So we have laid it all out for you guys. Like, this is what you do. This is what you don't do. You lead with your heart. You don't lead with the product. And I'm a huge believer. I hate it when people are all like, oh my God, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this 21-day fix thing. Like, Beachbody spends millions of dollars marketing. They don't need us to pimp their products. If you decide you want to share this with people, people are going to buy from people. They could go Secret Squirrel. They could go on Amazon or eBay or whatever. They could go to beachbody.com and order stuff, and they'll be assigned a coach. But, like, people want you. People want your realistic, raw, this is my struggle, this is my victory. Look, it's not perfect. They want you. They want to root you on. They want to support you. And so I'm a big believer in you share you. You share you. You share your story. You share your transformation. And that's what you lead with, and you lead with listening to people and helping them figure out the solution, which you're probably like, whoa, this sounds like a lot of work. It's really not, but I kind of got off on a tangent there. But yeah, it's not selling if you're truly loving whatever it is you're doing, and you're doing it like the right way, which we will help you figure it out. It's not like you're going to be like, I don't know what to do. Okay, so some of the super awesome objections that popped up today. I'm super new at my journey. Oh my gosh, super new at my journey. And I heard this over and over when I was a new coach, and I wish I'd really run with it. So now I encourage all my ladies to be like, just do you. You don't have to pretend to have it figured out. None of us have it figured out. I don't have it figured out. I don't have any of this stuff figured out. But I'm showing up to my journey every day, and I share that. So if you are super new, maybe you're just getting started on your journey, or maybe you've been kind of dipping your toe in for a while and you like our tribe and our vibe, well, then you don't have to have it all figured out, but you lead with that. Like, don't pretend to be something you're not. Don't pretend to be an expert, because people can see through that. They can smell through that. So be you and be like, I don't have this figured out, but I freaking love this. If you do, because if you don't, well, then that's inauthentic, and that's not what we want. So we want the authentic people here who are committed to showing up to their journey, who really love the products and want to lead with hearts, because that's so freaking important. So you tell them, I'm new at this, but I love it. I'm so excited. Do you want to do it with me? Do you want to figure it out? People want it. jump in. They want to be included. They want to feel like they can do it too. And sometimes we don't believe in ourselves until someone else believes in us. So I always say, like, don't put it off until you have like some perfect, whatever is your perfect goal in your mind. Like, don't wait until then, because you're going to miss celebrating so much of your journey. And it's so cool to have other people by your side figuring it out alongside of you. Plus it builds momentum, and everybody likes that, right? So procrastination, hi, I should have a tiara. World-class procrastinator here. So that kind of fits into time management, and I think that some of our most successful coaches are people who don't have a lot of time to dedicate to the business or to their journey, and so it forces them to show up and do the actions they're going to move them closer to their goal. Like, you're not going to freaking, scroll social media for an hour if you have 30 minutes to work out. I love that we have so many workouts. They're only 30 minutes. Like, we have workouts that are 20 minutes. Like, show up, get it done. Share about it on social media. We post in our groups, our accountability groups, so you can share the same post. It's not like you have to come up with new content for 500 different places. Like, it's just you authentically sharing your reel and your journey and your victory and your heart. It's just you. So if you are a procrastinator, you can totally do this business. Totally. You don't need hours and hours of time. We like to talk about things that are, what do we call them? Power pockets, where you can just kind of like, I have, like Eleanor was saying, she rides the train for work. So like, that's when I'm driving my kids to school or I'm on some errands, that's when I listen to my personal development. I'll pop on a podcast. Or if I'm going for a walk, same thing, I'll listen to a podcast. While I'm vacuuming, I like to listen to a lot of podcasts. But, you shoot out a couple messages, and so I feel like when you have less time to devote, it makes you way more intentional about getting things done. And again, it's going to totally depend on whatever you want your journey to look like. Like, you don't have to spend hours and hours. You don't. Like, less is more, right? Just get in, get it done, have a plan, and we help you figure out that plan. It's not like you're like, well, I don't know what even to do. Well, that's okay. We got you. Like, we have a whole system in place. All you have to do is plug in you and actually do it. Okay? So let's see. Charlotte wrote all of these out. Oh, self-doubt. So self-doubt, I know. That was my thing too. Well, like, I'm not an expert. Why would anyone believe me? Or maybe you haven't had your transformation yet. Why would someone say, yeah, I want to do this with you? Well, you don't lead as an expert. Like, don't lead as an expert. Don't pretend you're not something. Don't pretend you're something that you're not. Just be you. Be you. Flawed and imperfect, but you, working on your journey. And people like that. People like to root for the underdog. There's so many coaches out there. There really are. They could go find someone with, again, the cheese grater abs, but a lot of people can't relate to that. And so I think that if you aren't perfect, like at this perfect place in your mind, whatever that is on your fitness journey, I feel like that's a gift. Like, if you're relatable and people want to be able to relate to you. And so, yeah, self-doubt. Fear is a liar. It's a liar, and it's here to like rob you of your potential. And so it's a choice where you can give into that, or you can be like, no, I'm going to work on me, which is why the personal development piece will transform your life no matter what kind of coach you are, or even if you're just a challenger, like just rocking your own fitness journey, do some personal development. So if you're really struggling with self-doubt, so many great books, like You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. If you haven't read it yet, get it. I love her. She's awesome. She does swear, so just so you know, but I really love her, Jen Sincero. So that self-doubt piece, fear is a liar. And it's here to rob you of your potential and keep you stuck, and your comfort zone is actually pretty uncomfortable. So you could stay in your comfort zone that's uncomfortable, or you could get a little more uncomfortable temporarily and see what else is out there and rock your freaking life and step into your potential. And so that's what we're all about. Stepping into the best version of you every single day without having to be perfect, with it being messy. Do you see the theme? Judgment of others. Judgment of others, that's a powerful one. I don't really have much to tell you about that. Like, you have to choose. Other people's opinions don't pay my bills. And so that's how I remind myself, like, that's what I tell myself. It's like that one person, like Carolyn was sharing her story about how she and I met in a mom's group, and like my story just really resonated with her. And so I did my job. Like, I showed up to my journey, I checked my boxes, I shared my reel, and I spoke right to her heart. And she was like, if she can do it, I can do it. Seriously, you guys. So I know that's a tricky one, and that's really something that you have to overcome yourself. But again, like, other people's opinions aren't going to reshape your body. They're not going to change your mindset. They're not going to help you evolve into the most amazing version of yourself. At some point, you just have to be like, peanut gallery, I'm doing me. I'm doing me. I'm going to work on my journey, whatever that looks like, and I'm going to like celebrate that, because that's an awesome thing. So marketing. Again, there's so many tools available to you. When you become a coach, there is a monthly coach fee, unless you're military or a veteran, and then it's waived. But it's $15.95 a month, and that covers your websites. So it covers your websites, which means Beachbody has a customer service department. They're the ones that are totally in charge of like you can send people links to go to your online website. They can order from there. But if they have any issues, they take it up with customer service. Like, we don't have to do any of that. You don't have to have products. You're not having to meet people to like exchange stuff. Like, they handle all of it. And I love it because there's like a live chat. So if you're an introvert kind of like me, I don't even like talking on the phone. I could just be like, here's the live chat option. Here you go. And myself, I can live chat with them as well. But they have all these different things on there. They have all kinds of promos, all kinds of tools, all kinds of like images that you can share. But again, I always tell my ladies, like, don't pimp Beachbody. You're pimping you. You're sharing you. People want to vote for you. They want to believe in you. So as far as marketing goes, really, it's just you sharing your journey authentically every single day, like making a post, you know, this is a quote that inspired me, or this is the workout I did today, or this is my amazing tribe as part of that recognition piece, right? Shouting people out. And then, yeah, and then all of your links and everything are provided for you, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to figure things out. Like, it's super easy to navigate once you get in there and start to experiment. And like I said, we have a whole training process for our coaches, so we walk you through it. You're never alone. It's not like, okay, high five, welcome to the tribe, figure it out. No, I'm not your mom. Like, just like with your fitness journey, I'm not here to like breastfeed you and burp you, but I'm going to shine the light and share all of our tips with you. And it's up to you to plug into your fitness journey, to plug into your coaching journey, and to ask questions or to Google. I Google all the time. Like, if I'm like, what's the deal with this? I Google it and it tells me. I love Google. What do we do before Google? Okay, someone else's fear is not being good at it. I was totally afraid of that. Like, what if I totally suck ass? What if I fail? And my husband said it really succinctly. He was like, well, so what? Like, what if you do fail? Like, if you're just working on your journey, if you're just like working on your own workouts, like, how can you fail? And I was like, yes, how can I fail? You only fail when you stop. And so, yeah, you only fail when you stop. So just work on you and surrender it. Like, know that this is a journey, kind of like your fitness. Like, you're not going to start working out and day 2 have abs. Well, you're not going to become a coach with us and day 2, like, be making $500 and be like, you know, retiring your husband. Like, it takes time. It takes hard work. And so that's a really important piece of that is to know that if you want to build a big business, depending on what your goals are, you are going to have to work. It is going to take sacrifice, like all good things that are worth it in the end, that comes at a cost. Yeah. Okay, what else here? Okay, the name. I've gotten this a lot. So this wasn't something I really struggled with. I guess thinking about it is kind of a kitschy name. Beachbody. It's the name. But again, like, you don't have to go around tooting Beachbody's horn. You're tooting your horn. You're tooting the fact that you're showing up to your journey, that you're part of this awesome tribe. Or maybe you make your own tribe. Like, if you don't like the name, the Positive Vibe Tribe, if you don't identify with us, well, then you create your own thing. Like, that's the beauty of Team Beachbody, is we're made up of a whole bunch of different teams, and most of us are super supportive of one another, and we want you to rock your journey. So you make this exactly what you need it to be, and if you just need support, if you just need extra accountability, if you just want that 25% discount, awesome. You can totally do that. We'll fold you into the tribe. If you have 1 or 2 people that want to join you, awesome. You invite them into our monthly groups, and we do most of the work. You have to plug in and share your journey and look alive, look alert. But like, you don't have to invent any kind of crazy wheel. So the name, yeah, I don't really have much to say about the name. If you have commentary, if you want to pop on later, any of my awesome coaches, go for it. It's the name. But I don't go around. Some people, there was this big movement recently where it's like, I am Team Beachbody. And I felt really conflicted about it. I was like, yeah, I'm proud that I'm a Beachbody coach, but that's not how I'm branding me. I'm branding Sarah Nelson Fitness. I'm doing me. I'm a mom of 3. I'm imperfect. I like to eat french fries after I work out. Like, I don't need to go around like, I am Team Beachbody. Whatever. Some people want to do that. Rock on if that's your jam, but that's not mine. So, yeah. Let's see. Offending my friends. That can be, especially if you have friends in different stages of their fitness journey, and sometimes it could feel like, oh, well, I don't want them to like feel like I'm shaming them or anything like that. But you're you, and you're not going to do that. Like, if you're in this group, it's because your heart is in alignment with our hearts, and we're all about supporting other people where they are in their journees. And hi, Brianna. Eleanor said the most amazing thing that like blew my head open recently. Well, not even recently. It was like, I think a sneak peek we did a year ago or something. I don't even know. Doesn't matter. But she said she's not a before and after. She's a then and now. And that just spoke to me so much, because no matter where you are in your journey, that's what we are. And you're not going to suddenly find happiness and contentment when you get to your end mark, like, because you never end. Like, you're always working on your journey. You finish a program, you start a new one. Like, you're always growing, you're always evolving. And so I think that if you get us, well, that's never how you would lead, right? You're going to lead with love and with heart, and like, I have a tool and it might work for you and it might not, and I'm not like, get on my train or I'm going to mow you over. Like, no, it truly is just leading with love and meeting people where they are. And maybe this won't work for them, but maybe it will. Maybe it's exactly what they need to transform their lives and help them to step into that very best next chapter. So just something to think about. Being good at social media. Yeah. So there's a lot of trainings available. There's a lot of tricks, and I don't pretend to be an expert, but I'm coachable, and it's really important that if you're going to make this into something, that you're coachable. Success, like I said, leaves clues, and every Monday we have a giant corporate training where they bring in a coach that's having success in a certain area, and they do a training. It's like, I don't know, 20 to 30 minutes, and you listen to it, you hear about breaking news, and they train you. And so if you're willing to learn, if you're willing to like trial and error and be open to failure a little bit, right? It's okay. Like, you figure it out. So you don't have to be a master at social media. I believe that this business really does thrive on social media. I know people that have like 4 gym memberships, and they just hit gyms all day long, and they share their Shakeology, and they do CrossFit, and that's how they grow their business. Other people are gym owners, and that's how they give people at-home solutions and the nutrition piece. So really, it's totally up to you however you want to make this work. But for me, I love the fact that it's all on my phone. Like, I love that. I love that I don't have to go out and talk to people if I don't want to. Like, I could just talk to them on my phone. That makes me really happy. So you will get more comfortable. I used to hate going live on Facebook, like hate it. And one of my friends, Katie, was like, oh my God, do you remember when you were first going live? And she was like, it was so painful. And I was like, oh, okay. But you just get better at it, right? You just keep trying, and you delete stuff that doesn't work, and other things are gonna like, it'd be a home base or a home run, and you're gonna like be awesome. So it's just note to self. It's being coachable. Like I said, we have tons of trainings available, and it's really just you working on your journey and figuring it out. You see the theme? It's your journey. You're figuring it out. And so I love Instagram. I am not a master at Instagram. I'm still learning, but for me, it brings me joy. And I repurpose a lot of my posts. So it's not like you have to think of like, oh my God, this is going to take me hours. I'm going to be like making posts here, then making posts there. No, you figure it out. You don't overthink it, which is, I think, a big hurdle for a lot of us. Like, you just speak from your heart and something that really resonates with your person, with the person that needs to hear your message. Don't try and be something for everyone, because you're going to be totally diluted and you will reach no one. But speak from your heart about your current victory or your current struggle or whatever, and that person, just like Carolyn was that person, like Carolyn and I were those people for each other, like, it will completely connect with them, and they'll be like, oh my God, it's a soul hit, right? And so you just share you. So you just boom, 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 boom. Just social media, you make one post and you just share it across different platforms, and that's it. You're done. It doesn't have to be super, super complicated. So selling, we kind of talked about this. You're leading from your heart, and it has to be something you're really passionate about. So there's no commitment with Beachbody. If you become a coach, there's a couple ways you can do that. A lot of people will tend to get a challenge pack, and they become a coach at that same time. A drink of water. So yeah, you become a coach, and you're going to get a bunch of tools. Like, they email you some like getting started stuff. We send you our form. Like, this is what you do if you want to like do something more than just hang out with your discount. Where was I going? I got all distracted with my water. I don't remember. Total brain fart. Real life. Yeah, so I don't know what I was saying. I was talking about selling. I was talking about how they send you something. I don't know. It'll come to me, whatever. It must not have been very important. But really, you don't have to, I don't know, whatever. That I am not fit or skinny. I think I talked about this, yeah? Eleanor certainly did. If you didn't listen to her video, listen to her video, because she's just about being real. You're going to relate to it to your audience. So your people are going to totally identify with you and get you and love you, and they're going to want to join you. But the thing I've noticed about this business is if you want to share it with others, if you want to like get your shakes paid for, if you want to grow income, if you want to like retire your husband to be your love slave or whatever is your goal, you have to follow up with people. You have to invite them because lots of people watch, and it takes a really, really brave person to reach out. Most people are waiting for you to initiate, to invite them again and again and again. I kind of tell all of our, I tell all of our ladies that we're like farmers, right? You're planting lots of seeds, and every day that you share your workout photo or you make an inspiring post, you're watering your plants. But you have to come back and you have to follow up with them like in Messenger and just check on them. It doesn't have to take a ton of time. It shouldn't be something you're overthinking, which I know that was one of my biggest struggles. But you just, speak from your heart. If you lead from your heart with this business, if you absolutely love it, well then I'm not going to say it's easy because it is work, but it's so rewarding and it's your journey. That's what I was starting to say about the wholesaling thing, is how you need to love it. So if you haven't tried our programs, you could sign up to become a coach, totally. You could sign up, you could get it, you could see what you think, you could see if it rocks your life, and if you are passionate about it, then definitely get the freaking discount and share it with other people at your pace, at your speed, because it's your journey. And so everything comes with like a money back guarantee. So if you don't love it, if it doesn't set your soul on fire, well, it's not like you're stuck. There's no commitment. That's what I was going to talk about. How there's just no commitment. Like you pay your monthly fee and you don't have to like have a minimum order. You do, if you're sharing about it, well then you're working on your journey and you're drinking Shakeology, so you're going to have that. But it's not like I know when I did essential oils, like I had to have a minimum order every single month, and that's not the case. If you want to be an active coach and you're going to be growing a team, well then that's a different story. But again, you're only purchasing what you're using. And so and one other thing that is a big one where I hear it, I wasn't worried about it, but I hear it from other people, like family, where, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are illegal. And this is not a pyramid scheme. The definition of a pyramid scheme is when you pay into something and you get nothing in return. So you are purchasing tools with Beachbody, right, to work on your own journey, but you get something every single month. You pay your coach fee and you get a website. You get customer service to handle all that stuff. You are getting your Shakeology, you have access to your workouts, like you are getting something back in return, and you have the potential, you have the ability to grow a team if that's something that you want to do, and we would help you figure that out. But it's not like there's some kind of contract you sign, like it's in no strings. Like you hop in, you do it as long as it's serving you, and if not, well then rock on. Like we're here to support you on your journey. And I always tell all of my ladies that come in, I'm like, try it. Give it 100%, see what you think. If it doesn't make you feel epic and you don't love it, well, that's okay. I'm still going to support you because you're a person. You're not a sale. Like you're a person, and I want you to have success and to rock your journey and to feel super good about your journey. So if you have more like things that are popping up and you're like, oh, this is something that I'm really worried about, drop it below. But for me, my biggest fears was the fear of failure, and then what will other people think? Well, who cares what other people think? Everybody has some opinion about something all the time, but those opinions never pay your bills. And more than likely, they might have opinions, but they're so focused on their own story, on their own life, like it's not like they're not going to stay up at night thinking about you. So focus on your own journey. Focus on your own journey. Do you authentically, be brave, show up to your journey every day and do the best you can and celebrate where you're at, not necessarily if it's 100% or if you're getting epic results. Like honor your journey and find the joy in that and just share it bravely. So I absolutely adore coaching, as you can tell. I love it. But if you have any more thoughts or questions or fears or worries or anything you want to chat through, drop a comment and we'll dig into it a little bit more. But I'm excited you guys are here. I hope this is speaking to you, and just watch it at your own pace and let us know. Let us know as we go if there's anything that you want us to cover more. We really appreciate your feedback. So make today awesome. Enjoy your family. Show up to your life today, my friends.